Hello students, welcome to Maths class. Today we are going to start with a new topic named geometry. And what is geometry? It's all about shapes and figures. There can be different types of shapes and figures like two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. Now what is two dimensions? The simple figures that we know already like rectangle, circle, square, triangle and all. And let us see what we have to do in this two-dimensional shapes. We can count number of sides of the shape. For example, here is a rectangle. We can count the sides. This is the side of the rectangle. And corners. Here, this is the corner of the rectangle. So how many sides and corners are there? We can count and we can tell the name of the shape also. Like for example, here the first shape has how many sides? 1, 2 and 3. And how many corners? Again 1, 2 and 3. The corner is the place where the two sides meet. So 3 sides, 3 corners is called a triangle. Now here we have, let us count 1, 2, 3 and 4 sides. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3 and 4 corners. So 4 corners and 4 sides is actually a quadrilateral. And there are two special types of quadrilaterals, four-sided figure. You can see here we have a four-sided, you can say a figure here, and it is called a square. And here also we can see a four-sided figure, but it is called a rectangle. So what is the basic difference between square and rectangle? Square has sides, all four sides equal, and rectangle has only opposite sides equal. We can see here this side is equal to this opposite side, and similar here left side is equal to the opposite side here. So quadrilateral is the name given to any four-sided figure, and a four-sided figure which has all four sides equal is called a square, and a four-sided figure which has only opposite sides equal is called a rectangle. Now let us count here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 sides and 5 corners is this shape is called a pentagon. Now let us count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 sides and 6 corners is called a hexagon. And here it is 8 sides and 8 corners and it's called an octagon. So these are the basic 2D shapes that we already know, and we have had fun making these figures also. You can see we have used the basic 2D shapes and made such a beautiful robotic figure. Let us count how many squares are there in this robot. 1 square, 2 square, 3, total 3 squares. Rectangles 1, 2, 3 and 4, and circle only 1. So we can make a beautiful robotic figure in many different ways using these 2D shapes, that is circle, triangle, rectangle and all. Here 4 triangles and a circle has made a beautiful sun. So we can have fun with 2D shapes and we can make anything out of it which we can think creatively. Like here it's a beautiful bird, there it's a snowman, this is a tree, here you can see a hut or house, here it's a fence and a garden, beautiful garden made out of all 2D shapes. Now let us see the next thing, that is called the 3D shapes. What are 3D shapes? 3D shapes are basically having 3 dimensions. What are the 3 dimensions? Length, breadth and height. Let us see the examples. This is a 3D shape and the name is cuboid. This is a prism, cylinder, cone, cube and a sphere. Let us study a little more details of the terms used to describe these 3D figures. Like here, this is a cube, and the blue straws are the edges, and the blue tip is the vertex. And what is the face? Let us see. If you remember dice that we play, Ludo and snakes and ladders, we use dice, and on the dice there are dots, one on one side, two on the other side, and so on. So those dots actually are the number of faces that are there. Like here, how many faces are there in this cube? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, and 3, which we are not able to see. So total number of faces there are 6. Faces are the sides of the shape. What are vertex? You can see the brown tip here. This is the vertex of this pyramid. The blue tip here, these are the vertices of the cube. And what are vertex? The corners. Now let us see what are edges. Edges, just like the edge of the table that we are sitting on, is the side where two faces meet. This face and this face at the bottom is meeting. This is the edge. Similarly, this face and this face on top is meeting here. So we have here this one edge, 2, 3, and 4 edges of this cube. So faces are the sides of the shape. Vertices are the corners, which we can see very clearly here, brown in the prism and this blue in the cube. And edges, where the two faces meet, are called the edges. Now let us study a little more in detail about each shape. Here is a sphere. Sphere, just like a regular ball that we play with. So sphere has one face only. No matter where you turn it, it has one face. No edge is there, you can see. It's just one face, no edge, and no corners also you can see in a sphere. Now let us see this cube. It has how many faces? Let us count. 1, 2, 3 that are visible here, and just opposite to them, which is not visible, 3 more are there. So there are 6 faces of a cube. How many edges? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 below. So 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12 behind, which we cannot see. So total 12 edges. And how many vertex or corner? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 below. That are 8 vertex. We can see the example here. How many vertex? Very clearly in this picture it's visible. 1, 2, 3, 4 vertex, and 4 below here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 8 vertex, 6 faces, and 12 edges. And examples is Rubik's Cube or the simple dice that we play with. Then let us see this cone here. Cone has just one vertex, one face, one edge, and 2 faces. So cone has 2 faces here. You can see the front face and the bottom face. One edge, that is this circular edge where the 2 faces are meeting, and one vertex or corner, this tip here. An example of cone is birthday cap, or even an ice cream cone is an example of conical shape. Now let us see cylinder. Cylinder has how many faces? One face, the second face, which we can see this long round cylinder, and the bottom. So 3 faces. How many edges? Let us see where the 2 faces is meeting. This is the first edge on top, and this is the second edge at the bottom. So 2 faces are there in the cylinder. And how many vertex or corners? No vertex and no corners. So cylinder has 3 faces, 2 edges, 0 vertex. An example is tube light or a simple piece of chalk. Now let us see a cuboid here. Cuboid is just a longer version of a cube. It has how many faces? Let us count. Cuboid has 1, 2, 3 at the bottom and 4 behind, 5 and 6 faces. How many edges? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 4 below, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 behind. So 12 edges and vertex, that is corners, just similar to the cube. 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 4 below, so total 8. So a cuboid has 6 faces, 12 edges, 8 vertex or corners. An example is a book or a shoe box, and there are numerous more examples which we can see in our day-to-day lives. So the basic 3D shapes are sphere, cube, pyramid, which can be of 4-sided base or a 3-sided base, pyramid, triangular prism, and a pyramid, and then cuboid, then cylinder, and cone. Let us see a few examples of 2D and 3D shapes. 2D means 2-dimensional and 3D means 3-dimensional. So circle, example, circular, biscuits, pizzas, or wheel. Square, square paper, tea coasters, or a square carom board here. Then triangle, traffic sign, hanger, you can see the bottom of the hanger is triangular and the face of the sandwich is also triangular. Rectangle, just like the door we have, and the playing cards that we play with, the picture frame is all rectangular in shape. And the difference between a square and a rectangle is both are quadrilaterals, that means 4-sided figures, but square has all 4 sides equal and rectangle has only the opposite sides equal. Now let us see examples of cube. A dice, an ice cube, or a Rubik's cube is an example of cubical shapes. Then cone, this is ice cream cone, then a slice of pizza, and then traffic sign is also a conical shape. Now cylindrical, you can see the thread reel here, the drums here, a playing drum which we play the instrument. The cell in a battery cell is also a cylindrical shape. Then this cuboid is our simple pencil box or a book or a gift wrap of a cuboidal shape. And then square pyramid, which has a square base. It can be pyramid of Pisa, Egypt, and then we can have a tent here, or a simple gift wrap can also be a square pyramid in shape. Then spheres, sphere means a round, all-sided rounded body. It can be a ball of wool, a simple football, or earth or moon, and so on. So I hope you have understood the concepts of 2D and 3D shapes, and the best way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. So do practice regularly and watch the video again if you want to revise the concepts. Thank you.